Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Black Panther Wakanda Forever Okoye. Now this is a review I wanted to do for a while, and if you think I sound weird, it's because I'm currently a bit sick. But without further ado, let's begin taking a look at the packaging. And here we have the box, of course the infamous plastic-free packaging. In this case, Okoye here is part of the Tuma Build-A-Figure, one of the Talokan members. In this case, she includes the third piece, that being the head. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Out of all of these, this is the only one of the Build-A-Figure wave I have. The other characters who are members of this Build-A-Figure wave are Namor, Nakia, and Everett Ross. Those are like the only characters who are actually in the movie, since also these other two characters in the Black Panther, it's a comic book edition Black Panther, those don't appear in the movie. So it's interesting how half of the wave is movie based, the other half is not. You can see everything she includes. She includes a large spear, a smaller dagger, the Build-A-Figure piece, but now we can officially take a look at the figure. And here we have the figure without any of the accessories. Now starting off here with the face, I'd say it's been really nicely sculpted and definitely looks accurate to the actress. And the uniform has been sculpted in such a unique way with actual texturing, so when you touch her, it does feel really interestingly. It's a really cool looking design. Of course, the Dora Milaje, I really hope I pronounced that right, the Wakanda female warriors, basically. I really like how this figure looks, although I have a bit of a problem with these parts. These pieces, I'm not sure what they're called. These kind of hinder the movement at the legs, but we'll take a look at that in a moment. Here you can see at the back, nicely detailed as well. And there's even, you can't really see them from the camera, but there's a bit of painting in the back of her head, which is really nice. And, well, I can't really say that much apart from her being very accurate to how she looks in the movie. But something else I want to mention is that this was actually the first Marvel Legends figure I ever got. And yes, it's the first one. I believe that's right, at Walmart, and she was at an insane discount. I'm pretty sure no one was gonna believe me that I ended up paying about $5. Yes, I ended up paying like $5. I know everyone's gonna think you can't just pay $5 for Marvel Legends, but in my case I did. The Walmart was some like serious clearance, want to get rid of a lot of stuff that was there, so it is true I got rid of that price. But now let's take a look at her articulation. Now, starting off here, she has some movement here at the head, side to side, a movement to her torso, which I believe is something that the Marvel Legends have been trying to change, because as you can see here, if I try, I could pop this open, but it's something like they're trying to abolish. She also has movement at the arm, but because of these shoulder pads, it's kind of limited. I really hope those don't break. Has movement here at the wrist, bent here at the elbow. There's a bit movement at the wrist, not much. And here at the legs is where, again, it's limited due to these pieces, because you can kick like that, but you can see these also flare out like so. And you can get a bend at the knee and a movement here at the foot. Again, I'm really worried that these can end up being distressed or even broken. And so that's why I don't really move her much from the legs. But that's kind of it for the articulation. It's, again, kind of slightly limited also because of this middle piece. This also causes it to be a bit limited, but it's limitation for the design, not really of the figure itself. But now let's take a look at her accessories. So, starting off here with her accessories, so the parts that come just for the figure, here we have her spear, which is made of very bendy plastic, which, as you can see, has slightly warped, and that's definitely going to be a problem. But I imagine that maybe the piece could break easily if it was made of a harder plastic. And she also comes with this smaller, like, dagger. And let me just try to put the accessories onto the figure's hand. Now, she does hold it very nicely. She only comes with its these open hands. And here we have the figure holding both of her accessories. I mainly display her with the large spear, and she also comes with this Build-A-Figure piece for the Talokani and Tuma, and Is it just me, or is it kind of ironic that Okoye, the one who hated this character, wanted to beat him, while at the same time he hated her? She comes with his head. So I gotta leave that to interpretation. It's really nicely detailed as well with the breathing apparatus. You know how in this case they had to fill it with water to be on the land. And his helmet is also made out of the skeleton of a hammerhead shark. So pretty imposing. I'm not sure if I'm going to finish the Build-A-Figure. I've actually considered just selling the piece since I just wanted the figure, but I don't know. Maybe if the others are also on discount, maybe I'll finish the Build-A-Figure. I'm not sure. But that's kind of it for the accessories. Now let's do some size comparisons. And for the first size comparison, here we have Okoye next to the new Black Panther, that of course being Shuri. And these are the only Black Panther related figures I have so far. Now, I'm not sure if I'll get any others of either the Build-A-Figure wave or in general for Wakanda. But I have to be honest and say that Wakanda Forever and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 have been my favorite MCU movies of Phase 4 and 5 ever since Endgame. And that's all I can really say here. I guess it's accurate in scales. It's good enough. But now for some other comparisons. Here we have Okoye next to Star-Lord and Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Again, speaking of that movie, I think they scale good enough. Of course, this is a crossover that never officially happens, but that's kind of the beauty of action figures. It's the whole being able to pair characters who would never be paired in any actual media. And so far, these are some of my favorites in my collection. And now for the final Marvel Legends comparison, and basically the last comparison I have left to do. Finally, here we have Okoye next to She-Hulk, of course, drastically different when it comes to reputations of Wakanda Forever being considered a great movie, and with She-Hulk being considered one of the worst things that happened to Marvel. Like, seriously, people treat She-Hulk like if she was the greatest evil. But that's kind of it for the size comparisons, and these figures do share one thing in common, and it's that they were both released in 2022. But that's kind of it for the size comparison. And finally, to round things out here for this video, this is overall a pretty excellent Marvel Legends. Now, I really like the texturing the figure has going on, the sculpting, but at the same time that does kind of limit the posability, but it depends on how you can work around those. In terms of the accuracy, she looks accurate. In terms of the character, of course, it's a necessary character for any Wakandian or Black Panther display. And I don't really have that much else to say apart from that. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. But before we end this video, I have something to announce. And it's that, if you probably noticed, last month, October, we did a Disney month, where due to the 100th anniversary of Walt Disney Animation, I decided to do a month of looking at Disney-related stuff that also included Pixar, Marvel, and everything else. And that went, sadly, due to multitude of circumstances, I wasn't able to do the Disney month as I really wanted to. And so I take this video as an opportunity that, by the time I record this, it's November 1st, that the Disney month will be extended for this month, or half of this month. I'm not entirely sure. At least November can still be counted as part of the Disney month. And you can still expect Marvel, Pixar, etc., but that's kind of it for this video. Let me know in the comments if you're interested to see the Disney month continue. But after that, it's back to the usual stuff. But that's it. Thanks for watching.